Hello and welcome to the fifth lesson in our 10-part mini course on GMAT preparation. In case you have come to this video out of order, then I request you to please go to the first video in this video series. I have put the link up here, and it's important that you watch these videos in order so that you get the best benefit out of it. That's because some of these videos build on certain things that I have discussed in the previous videos. So it's important that you watch those videos before you watch this one. So let's talk about what this video deals with. This video deals with timed practice sessions and why they are important, and when is the right time for you to switch from an untimed practice session to a timed practice session. The reason why I put such a heavy focus on timed practice, and I've created an entire table on how you should do your timed practice, and I've discussed that in the previous video. In case you haven't seen that, please see that. The reason why time practice is so important is because GMAT imposes a heavy penalty on questions that are unanswered. The quantitative reasoning session has 31 questions which you have to answer in 62 minutes. But in case you just answer 26, then for the 5 unanswered questions, GMAT imposes a very heavy penalty, and leaving questions unattempted brings your total score down by a huge margin, which is why it's very important that you get used to timed practice. And the problem is, when you move from untimed to timed practice, you got to time that transition properly. It's something that I call, it's similar to the Goldilocks zone. So Goldilocks zone is not so soon that you start your time practice and your accuracy suffers and you get demotivated. You shouldn't start your time practice too early. At the same time, you shouldn't start it too late that time practice doesn't allow you the kind of growth that it is really meant to achieve. So you don't have time to develop if you start time practice too late, and if you start it too early, you get demotivated because your accuracy drops like crazy. So that's why you have to time that transition correctly. And to time that transition correctly, you have to be aware of certain magic numbers. So these magic numbers are 80 and 60. This 80 is for untimed and this 60 is for time. And what these numbers represent? They represent accuracy. In a particular area, question format, for a particular difficulty level, and you can even go into the topic level, if you are able to maintain 80% accuracy for an untimed practice session, then you're ready to move on to the timed practice session. And if you are able to maintain 60% accuracy for a timed practice session, then you're ready to move on to the next level of difficulty. So this kind of gives you a set of milestones that you can achieve. And these milestones are documented in detail in this worksheet, and you can download that. I have given the link in the pinned comments. So please make sure that you download this worksheet from that link. Okay. So what is this worksheet and this leveling up all about? Consider a question or consider the easy level of difficulty. Let's say the question format is critical reasoning, and where you begin, level 1. Level 1 is level of difficulty easy and accuracy is less than 80%. Okay. Now when your accuracy is less than 80% and the mode of practice is untimed. For untimed practice at easy difficulty level, if your accuracy is less than 80%, then you got to stay at that level and study. You're not yet ready for a timed practice session. So during this stage, you will be doing a lot of learning. It can be through reading books, it can be through accessing forums, or it can be through watching YouTube videos, it can be through participating in a class or enrolling for a course or taking help of a coach. The primary agenda here is, if you are not able to get your accuracy above 80% in an untimed practice session, then you still have a lot of learning gaps. Okay. Once your accuracy goes above 80%, then you level up and you reach level 2. And level 2, everything stays the same. Level of difficulty, easy, and accuracy is greater than 80%, and mode is, again, it's not timed, it's untimed. Okay. And here at level 2, what is important is you have to maintain a streak. So you have to maintain an accuracy of 80% of or more across 3 practice sessions. Okay. And each of these practice sessions should have at least 5 questions. So for a practice session that has at least 5 questions, if you are able to answer 4 or more correctly 3 times in a row, then what it means is you have cleared level 2 and you are ready to go to level 3. Level 3. What happens at level 3? Let's look at that. At level 3, your level of difficulty remains the same. You're still practicing with easy questions, but the difference is the mode is timed. Okay. And the accuracy is less than 60%. So as long as your accuracy is less than 60% for a timed practice session at easy level of difficulty, you are at level 3. As soon as you achieve an accuracy greater than 60% for 3 practice sessions, it means you are leveled up. Okay. And you can move to level 4. So level 4, you can move to level 5. Now what happens at level 5 is the difficulty level increases and you repeat the same process. In a nutshell, how this entire leveling up process works is, there's a starting phase, okay, for any difficulty level. So you'll be working with easy, then you'll move on to medium, then you'll move on to hard, and then you'll move on to advanced. Okay. So you'll be progressing across these difficulty levels for a particular question format. And within each difficulty level, there is one stage in which you are within the 80% accuracy threshold, and then you have to maintain the 80% threshold. The first stage you are not quite there, you are still struggling to maintain that 80%. Once you start maintaining that 80%, you reach the maintenance phase. If you are able to maintain this across 3 tests, then you start with your timed practice and work your way up to 60%, and then you attempt maintaining that 60% accuracy across 3 practice sessions, and this thing keeps continuing. One other thing that is interesting in this worksheet is the target score range. The target score range, what it determines is, for a particular score range, that is from 200 to 460, 460 to 550, 550 to 640, 640 to 730, and 730 plus, where should you really stop? If you are aiming a 730 to 800 level score, then you can't really stop unless you achieve level 16. Level 16 is you're able to maintain 60% accuracy in a timed session for advanced level questions. At the same time, if you're not aiming for a 730, you're aiming for 640 to 730, then you should be able to maintain 80% accuracy in an untimed session with advanced level questions. Again, if your target score is 550 to 640, then you don't have to go all the way to advanced questions or time practice sessions with hard questions. You can stop with untimed practice session at hard difficulty level. So this will enable you to decide where exactly you'd like to stop. And if you're working with a certain level of detail, let's say problem solving, data sufficiency, sentence correction, reading comprehension, and critical reasoning, you don't have to go all the way to advanced in these areas. What you can do is clear easy for problem solving, easy for data sufficiency, easy for sentence correction, easy for RC, easy for CR. Clear all these three things, all the easy level of difficulty for all these areas. Then you clear moderate for all these areas. Then you clear difficult or hard for all these areas. And finally, you clear advanced for all these areas. Okay. You can choose to approach it horizontally, that is, you finish easy for all this and then go for medium for all the areas. Or what you can do is you can finish easy, medium, difficult, and advanced for problem solving, then do easy, medium, difficult, advanced for data sufficiency, then sentence correction, then reading comprehension, then critical reasoning. You can do it this way or you can do it this way. Okay, whichever style suits you. And I'll be talking to you more about this when I discuss the GMAT study plans. So that's further down the video. For this video, what you got to understand is this worksheet will teach you when the right time is to switch from untimed practice to timed practice based on the magic numbers of 80 and 60. So fantastic. You know how to use the leveling up worksheet and the leveling up system to decide when the right time is to move from untimed practice session to timed practice sessions. But the thing is, in order to move from untimed to timed practice session, you have to balance your active preparation with your passive preparation. And I'll be talking to you about how to do that, and I'll be sharing some worksheets with you for maintaining active preparation and passive preparation balance at the appropriate rate. So I'll see you there. Take care.